Welcome to Arts for the Health of It, a podcast where you will discover creative ways to improve your health and well-being. Someone may have told you that art isn't for you, but they were wrong. Anyone can create arts for the health of it. No talent or experience necessary.
I'm just a little songbird, try to fly my way homeward with the melody, and I make the beat. Don't know where it'll take me, cause when I'm in the dark of night, I sing my way back to the light. Come along with me and your heart will see that a song changes everything. Oh, oh, oh.
Hi friends, welcome to Arts for the Health of It. I'm your host, Richard Wilmore.
And I'm your co-host, Constanza Rader.
Today we're talking to Mara and Gloria. They founded Artery Ink, which was created with the mission to build community and inspire you to learn more about your body. Both of them have art backgrounds, but not health backgrounds. And they both went through their own health struggles and in the process learned a lot about their bodies and taking good care of them. They met in Milwaukee while working in the service industry. Gloria grew up in Mexico City and Mara grew up in Chicago. They bonded over art, food, and travel and became partners in life and soon to be in business. They've now been together for 12 years and married for a year and a half. Art, food, and travel are still the biggest passions, and they hope to inspire people across the globe to learn more about their bodies and love their lives more. And they are amazing artists who,
their designs are stunning.
Oh, like literally works of art because they make t-shirts and they make cards, but you can also buy prints that can be hung on your walls, and they're all like anatomically correct, but they beautify them. And can we throw up one of them during this part so you can just see something that they've created? Oh, look at that.
Stunning. They do like greeting cards. I love this one. You're in the right track. And it's a image of kidneys on a greeting card. It's just so great. They have this great niche with a lot of like healthcare workers that love their products, or also people that have experienced a health challenge related to a certain part of their body, that those people really connect with their products. And also they're kind of turning healthcare workers, we talked about this in the episode, into walking pieces of art that start conversations and build connection and help to beautify the healthcare experience by beautifying the healthcare workers. And I just think that's such a cool way to bring arts into healthcare space. Anyway, I just love talking with them. They're fabulous.
They're like traveling exhibits is what they are. Instead of just artwork on the wall, they're on the people. They're like little billboards. It's so cool. Yes. And they're giving away a coloring book and a sticker pack to a viewer or a listener. So make sure you go to our social media at Arts for the Health of It and follow the instructions on how you can win one of their coloring books and sticker packs.
Yep.
They're so much fun. And they're from my home state. And so I had to have them on because,
of course,
Wisconsin. So,
of course.
Are you ready to re-listen to it, Stonzy?
Oh, I'm so excited.
All right. Here is our little chat with Mara and Gloria. Take a listen. We are here with Mara and Gloria, who run a beautiful company in Wisconsin. And since I'm from Wisconsin, I had to have you on the show. And it's Artery Ink. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you so much for having us.
And they talk in unison. There's also that.
We've been together for 12 years, so it just rubs off. Yeah.
See, everyone listening will be like, "There's such an echo on this episode." No. They're just saying the same thing.
Something's wrong with the recording. Nope.
Exactly. Let me do this again. We were talking before we started filming, and you had a quote that I want to kind of start with because I think it's so important in so many aspects of anybody's life. And you said, if you don't know something, don't let that stop you. And why does that ring true in your life? And why is that so important?
Yeah, so important. And we wouldn't be here today without believing that. But so Gloria and I started our business in 2014, and we basically create anatomical art for healthcare professionals and other things like greeting cards, coloring books, stickers. But we do specialize a lot in creating custom apparel for healthcare professionals. And like I said, if someone would have told us back in the day that like we would be creating anatomically correct designs for healthcare professionals, I'd be like, I don't know what a heart looks like. I can't do that. No way. I'm not a medical professional. She's not a medical professional. We're artists. We don't know that. And so we just went with it and just kept drawing and learning and going. And now we're here today, and our business has grown significantly. And like you said, if someone would have told us that at the beginning, I would have been like, no, I don't know how to do that.
Wait, so how did it happen? What were you doing before? And how are you all of a sudden making all of this art?
Well, I'll give you a little bit of the background story. So we actually met in the service industry. We were server trainers, front of the house people.
But even before that, we've been artists our whole lives. Like we went to school for art, but of course, when you go to school for art, you end up working in the service industry. You know, pay your bills.
But don't let that stop you. Don't let that stop you.
It's just a transition job.
Exactly.
You learn a lot of amazing skills from working in the service industry.
For sure.
That is 100% for sure. Okay, sorry.
So like going back a little bit farther than like the service industry, like growing up, I grew up in Mexico City, went to school for graphic design, and never really did anything with my artwork. Came to the United States and started working in the service industry. Kind of forgot about my skills, about the art that I used to love, and just kind of focus on work, and just did that for 17 years of my life. And actually, when I met Mara, we actually we bonded through the fact that we are both artists and that we love traveling, and we also love food.
Nice. Important.
Important. I'll let you elaborate on that, because
so then
Mara's a really great storyteller. I'm going to tell you that.
We met in the service industry, and I don't know if you worked in the service industry before, but it's a great job. You make good money, but it's not the healthiest of lifestyles. You're eating dinner like in the corner over a garbage can while your shift is ending, and then you're, quickly closing everything up. Then you have like 5 drinks. You stay out till, 2 a.m. You're sleeping in till noon, and it's a cycle that you get into because, everyone's doing it. And we've met some of the most amazing people through the service industry, but like I said, it's not the healthiest lifestyle. And then we went through a period where my aunt passed away, my grandpa passed away, and her aunt passed away, all within a week of each other.
Wow.
And with any death, you kind of think about your life. And we were just kind of like, obviously very sad. It was a very dark time for us. And we thought, like, are we taking care of our health, and are we living the life that we want to live? And the answer was no. And so we kind of opened the door to trying to figure out how we could change our life or start to do more of the things that we love to do. And I think it was just like an eye opener. So
meanwhile, though, I'll add to this, because I was having a lot of issues with my guts. I was always very bloated. I had like very low energy. I got irritated pretty easy. It was a struggle for sure, but it was one of those things where like, I just have a sensitive stomach, right? Like I grew up thinking that I said, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way that it is. And you kind of just deal with the pain. And came to realize that was not the case, that you should not be living with pain, and that you should be able to figure it out.
Yeah.
So because I was struggling with my health, and I really didn't want it to, just like jump the leap and start taking medication and stuff like that. So I kind of like went more like the natural route and seek for help to a naturopathic doctor. Like she suggested like changing my diet and doing a kind of like a process of elimination. And I cannot tell you, like really just from the advice that she gave me and taking the proper measures to like change my diet, to ensure that I was drinking more water, to make sure that I was putting more greens in my food, that I was like, eliminating all the inflammatory foods and stuff like that, my health in like 2 weeks probably already starting to improve. Fogginess was going away. My pains were like dissipating. I was like, whoa. Now, one thing that I gotta say though, Mara did this whole thing with me, which helped tremendously, because support system is very important when you are going through a health struggle or any kind of struggle. So she did it with me. After a month, we were feeling amazing. We're like, oh my God, how is this not like more common knowledge for people? How are like, we don't know about our bodies and how to treat them better and how to learn to, like, don't get fixated to like taking, or not just like taking one advice. If you research, if you try and look for something that is going to work for you, there's so many options out there. But the options that are out there, I don't know. It's kind of difficult to get to the point where you're like comfortable, like making a decision to like change a lifestyle.
Yeah, I think we both grew up lucky to have parents that were all like, okay, if you need to take the medicine, take the medicine, but there's a lot of things that you can try on your own first to see if that will help. Like we could have easily done that, but we decided to change our diets. And just by doing that, like it changed everything that we were feeling, everything. And we were like, wow, like she said, why don't people know that you can feel this good? Aww. Like we all feel good in our bodies. And so we became so passionate about that and about just like understanding how digestion works. Like it's crazy. It's nuts that we can even like sit here and talk all the things that are going on inside our bodies. And we're like we need to love and care for this. And why don't we talk about this? And so we were like going back and forth, cooking all these amazing recipes, like telling all of our friends, like our family was probably so sick of us. And we're like, how come we don't feel this passionate about our artwork? And then it was like, oh, why don't we just combine those two ideas and use our artwork to spread that message? So then once we married those ideas, we were like, it was like a bazillion ideas came out of our head, and we started to draw all these things, make greeting cards, prints, t-shirts, and we were just like with the message to just share a little bit more about our bodies, how amazing they are, and how you can take better care of them. So we actually partnered with our doctor that we had talked to, and she kind of helps us figure out our facts that we include on our products. So not only are you getting a cool card with an image on the front, it has a cool fact on the back about your health or why you should eat peas or eat more vegetables or stuff like that. So once we married those ideas, it was kind of like skyrocket from there.
I love that so much. That's so cool.
And so then we started doing a lot of events, farmers markets, craft fairs, just getting the word out there. And the people always most interested in our work were the healthcare professionals and the nurses. Oh my God, I work in the cardiology unit. I need this heart shirt. So it was just immediate that it was like a great match. And it just kind of grew from there. And then they would start saying like, hey, do you have, a kidney drawing? We didn't. So we're like, oh, we'll make a kidney drawing. Oh, do you have, a pancreas design? Oh no, we'll make a pancreas design. So they kind of helped guide us in what people wanted. And we started making those different designs.
Craziest design request.
Yes.
Do you have one?
Yes. And it was so crazy too, because people would come up to us and tell us about their heart surgeries, or we heard this one story. We had this card that it was watermelon as white as wheels on a truck. So it said, keep rolling. And it was like, and then it had a fact about watermelon on the back. And this one lady came up to us and she bought this card and she told us, my son almost died. He was in the desert and the only thing that someone had was watermelon and it saved his life.
What?
Oh my God.
Wow.
And this other card that we had is the eyeball, and it has a little bow tie on it. It said, I love you for Father's Day. And two girls actually came up and bought it because their dads were eye doctors. And I was like, yes. It's like such a weird niche thing, but it was perfect. And we kept hearing that over and over again. This is perfect for my dad. This is perfect for my friend who just had a heart attack. And it was such a great way to kind of bring joy in these terrible, sad times.
Oh. Yeah, because it brings such like whimsy to it, and they're beautiful. And then you like learn a little bit, which is always fun. Like you kind of sneak in the education part.
Yep.
Can we show some of the products, Ivan? If you're listening to this on iTunes or wherever you're listening to the podcast, make sure you jump over to the YouTube channel or check out our social media, because we're going to throw up some photos of some of the products. I think we're going to do that. Okay, good. I mean, like, so how long does this take to create?
So anywhere from, I'll say this kind of like, I'm talking about like this particular drawing because a lot of drawings are a lot more detailed than others. This particular drawing probably took me between 60 to 80 hours.
Wow.
And I do everything.
So intricate. Everything with their pen?
Yep.
Wow.
We have like 9 million of these pens. If you guys need any pens, we will send them to you.
I don't want you to run out though.
Really fine points.
You can only use it for like 5 lines and then she needs a new one.
What's the brand? What is it? What type of pen is it? Did you have a specific one?
Yeah. It's a Pilot fine liner.
That's what it's called.
Pilot, if you'd like to, I don't know, advertise or sponsor, go for it.
Yeah, go for it. We'll be happy.
Thank you, Pilot.
It's kind of like a thin marker.
So so then a lot of the so we kind of collaborate on the artwork side of it. So I will basically do the drawing, kind of design it how I want it to look. I'll print it on some really nice like Bristol paper, and then I pass it off to her. She adds all of her fine details, lines, dots, all that stuff in there, which can take, like 40 to 60, 80 hours sometimes. And then I'll take it back, I'll scan it. And a lot of times I'll have to then have this digital image on my iPad, and I'll trace over every single line to digitize it.
Oh my gosh.
For a t-shirt. Or,
She's in my
for a
brain
tote
all the
bag
time.
or something like that. Because we want the look to be really nice and crisp, and a regular pen is not super crisp. So I'll just like crisp it up and make sure the lines are really nice and smooth.
Especially if it have to be for apparel items.
Yeah, if you have to screen print something.
Yeah, exactly. And then colors out.
Ivan, can you throw up that coloring page again? I'd love to, can you talk us through this page, what we're looking at here? It's lungs, it looks like, right?
Definitely. Yep. Yeah. So our coloring book, it took us 6 months to make the coloring book. It has 33 drawings on it from all different parts of the body: heart, lungs, spleen, kidneys, bones, legs, feet, skin, all that stuff. And then on the opposite page, it has a fact about that body part and then a take action tip, which kind of gives you like real life tips on how you can better take care of your body. And we wrote all of this information, but then we also worked with an anatomy teacher and a doctor on it as well. And my grandma proofread it, so she's in there too.
Aw, go grandma.
Yeah, she's the best. It was a great collaboration and so proud of how it turned out. We chose really nice paper, so you could do like pencil or marker in there. And it's just like a really nice coffee table book, or you travel with it, color when you're bored. And then coloring is also good for your nervous system to relax you, and it's good for your brain. So it's better than being on your phone. So altogether, it's a good, healthy book to have around.
Yeah. Oh. So we try and do the drawings very anatomical looking, but of course we're artists, so we're gonna take that artistic liberty to it and just like fill it up with some joy.
Yeah,
that's the way I call it.
They're really stunning images, like, because you're right, they are anatomically correct, quote unquote, but then they're embellished with these beautiful, intricate designs. Are just really stunning.
Thank you.
Is it just the two of you doing everything? I mean, besides your grandma, obviously.
Yeah.
But
she's a big help.
Grandma does it all.
It's basically us two who do all of the artwork, all that fun stuff. We have one employee that we've had for almost 2 years in August, and she is awesome. We knew her from the service industry days. She does all order fulfillment. So she'll be doing your online orders. She'll print cards if we need them, and just does a lot of that production stuff. And then we hired a fourth girl, Meg. She has been with us for about a month, part-time, but really is full-time.
She has become full-time.
And she's also going to take over a lot of the production stuff. And then Emily will move up to do some more custom stuff and things like that. So it's a team of 4 of us right now.
Wow. Well, hopefully with some of our listeners buying some products, maybe we can up that.
Yeah, that's the goal. You know, we still do a lot. And our dream is just to be able to create awesome art, of course. But right now we're still very in the business, doing day-to-day stuff. So just trying to figure out how to systemize it and then be able to pass it to somebody else is not always easy, but is what needs to be done so we can live the lives we want to live.
And I was going to say, you know, within that process of like, you know, that's probably one of the hardest things to do as a business owner, is to let other people do things. Well, it's just a hard one. It's like, because sometimes you're like giving up stuff, then you have to create stuff to fill up that gap, right? So now I'm giving up stuff from my plate, and now I have to fill up my plate with other stuff, which means I have to keep the wheels, you know, turning, which means I have to keep the creative going. Which means I have to keep the growth matching with the business. You know, so all of that stuff has been like just a blessing for us because at the beginning it was like hard to give it up, but now that we have given it up, man, it just like the possibilities are just endless.
Yeah, you allow so much more growth when you hand stuff off.
Definitely.
Richard, is this sounding familiar at all? As a nonprofit founder, when Richard came, I was doing everything. And Richard's like, let me help you. And how long did it take for me to finally give up certain things?
We're still struggling with that process, but that's a different episode, and that is with a therapist. So
sometimes Emily will be like, let me do that. I'm like, oh, that's right. I can tell you to do it. Like
exactly.
Yeah,
I feel like entrepreneurship is its own form of creativity and a very fun and sometimes stressful, but exciting and wonderful endeavor. So
one of the things that I think we didn't expect, or something that we are constantly working on, is like we created this business surrounding our art, but like sometimes we don't have time to make art. So like how do we make that just a top priority when there's so many other things that need to be done? Handing it off needs to happen, because then we're not going to make any new designs. And then what's going to happen? That's not going to be good.
And I want to talk about the creative process, because that was going to be my question, but I want to take a break quick so I can get more coffee, and then we'll be back and we're going to talk about how you still stay creative when your job is to be creative.
Yeah.
Right. We'll be right back after this quick little break.
Sounds good.
Whether you consider yourself a musician or not, music is all around us, and it affects our everyday lives. Whether it's background music influencing our shopping habits in a store, organ music adding the vibe to a baseball game, or a playlist convincing us to keep going on that last mile of a run. I'm Mindy Peterson, host of the podcast Enhance Life with Music, where we take a holistic look at the power of music in our everyday lives through the lens of science and health, sports and entertainment, business, and education. You can find me and Enhance Life with Music at mpetersonmusic.com/podcast or wherever you get your audio. Unleash the power of music.
Welcome back to Arts for the Hell of It. We're here with Mara and Gloria, who are the owners of Artery Ink. And we were talking before the break about being creative when you run a creative business. And I'm interested in how and what you do for yourselves to be creative, and if it's now a job more than it is fun and creative.
You want to start, or you want me to start?
You can start.
So for me, personally, First off, I definitely take time for myself, right? That is like one of the most important things to do, to like turn the switch of the creative, right? I am a creative most of the time, but sometimes you kind of have to turn the switch. To turn the switch for me, it's like to have the quiet times. The quiet moments where I'm like allowing myself to be, right? So enjoying the process, whatever it looks like. I tend to be a very positive person, and I think the creative kind of comes with the positivity that I have. So when I'm like working on drawings, I kind of like, for me, music is like everything, right? So if I'm working on a project that includes like flowers, let's say, you know, I actually just did a design with anatomical lungs with like a floral pattern.
Oh, cool.
Well, and what we did. So when I'm in that particular, like, okay, so I want the aesthetics of this drawing to look a certain way, then I play music that is going to inspire me to create that, right? So instead of listening to maybe like rock, right, I play maybe like, I don't know, maybe some classical music. I play maybe some Billie Holiday, which I love. You know, it gets like those like really nice notes in there, and it just kind of keeps you in the groove. So the creative process for me is like very attached to music and is very attached to positivity.
That's good.
Good answer. I am still working on this. I'm not doing a good job at setting time aside. But like we have been through times where we are working too much, and we stop and remind ourselves, like, we're in a business, a health and wellness business. Like, we can't run ourselves ragged. That's not health and wellness. So we have to stop, and we need to say, like, we need to take a break, take a day off, whatever. My favorite thing to do is go on hikes. I love being outside. So that's something that we just have to stop, and we just have to go outside and be outside. And that's something that we try to do as often as we can, because we have to catch it before it starts. And then for drawing, I usually draw on my tablet and my what do you call it?
iPad.
Oh my God, my iPad and Apple Pencil. So usually I just need a chunk of time. Like I need to have an hour, 2 hours where it's just blacked out. That's the time that I'm scheduling for this, and I can't do anything else. And we have to schedule it ahead of time. That's the key to this. Like, you can't just do one day, oh, I have a few minutes, a few hours, I'll go draw, because it's going to get clouded with laundry or something else. Right. We work with a business coach. Their brand is Spirity, and they created an app that we use as kind of like a productivity app. And this app has really changed our lives. And we input tasks that we need to do for days, weeks, and quarters. So when we put that stuff in the calendar, it's there. If I'm going on my next week on the app, I see that drawings in there, and I know how to schedule stuff around there. So it's just like, it just has to be scheduled in. Otherwise it won't happen, which is crazy. It's what we do, but it just has to be scheduled in. So that's just one thing that we've learned, like, just schedule it first. And then everything else can fill in.
That's so good. Now, on your website, you kind of your tagline, I don't know if we'd call it your tagline, but there's a statement on your website that says products that build community and inspire you to take care of your body. I'd love to hear, like, what kind of, you've mentioned a couple stories of some of the feedback that you've gotten, but I'd love to hear any other information or feedback that you've received about the impact of your designs, the coloring books, the clothing, apparel, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, this is probably our favorite thing to talk about, of course.
Great.
Yeah,
they're finally going to get excited about something.
I feel like we literally cry like every day with the messages that we get. Like, it's unreal. But we try to use our artwork to, like, raise awareness or raise money, for a cause or something that we feel important to us, so, like, we care about mental health. Right now we're doing a mental health campaign, and some of the money that we make from the shirts is going to get donated to the Asian Mental Health Collective. We did another one last year. We did like a diabetes awareness shirt. So we love to use our artwork in that way. Last year, being 2020, you know how it is. At the beginning of the pandemic, we were like at a loss, like, I didn't even know if I was going to make another sale. I didn't know if I should go to work. What can we do? And we just sat in bed crying all day, looking at Instagram and looking at these stories of these nurses that have to stay at a hotel room. They can't see their family. They're risking their lives to go to work. And these are our people. These are our customers. These are the people that we love and we care about. And we're like, what can we do to help in some way. And so we ended up designing these 2 shirts, the Heart of Healthcare and a We're in This Together lung shirt. And we ended up donating to this local Feed the Frontline campaign in Milwaukee. And we ended up raising $12,000. Couldn't believe it. And the nurses would message us every day saying, like, thank you for making this shirt. It made me feel a part of a community. Thank you for making this in this time. I bought some for my friends, and it's helping us at our unit feel more uplifted, feeling better. And it just, like, literally we were crying every day. And those stories are priceless. Like, that's amazing.
Or somebody having like a really hard time. We have this friend that owns a coffee shop here in Milwaukee, and he lost his brother, which was really sad. He was actually, we were just at the coffee shop, he was leaving. He actually came back, stop and say, hey girls, how are you doing? And I have something to share with you. And he told us, my brother passed away. And the only thing that actually kind of lift up my spirits was like looking at the nurses wearing your shirts. Bringing some joy into often sterile environment, starting a conversation, building community. Those are like the really, really important things for us.
Yeah. The nurses all the time tell us, like, these shirts, not only are they comfortable, but they start conversations with my patients. They make me feel confident about something that I worked hard to become. And that's why I think it's really cool that we can specialize it to a specific unit, because they've worked hard and spent a lot of time in school and working to be in this specialty. To have a shirt that they feel proud wearing is so important, and like she said, make them feel like a part of a bigger community.
Something that represents them too.
So you're essentially turning the healthcare workers into artwork, walking artwork.
Yeah, yes.
That's so cool.
Your little galleries.
Yep. And
Pretty
actually, another project that we did, it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, the Medical College of Wisconsin contacted us, and we ended up creating these 8-foot decals to go on the walls of their new building. When you walk out of the elevator, there's a huge 8-foot Artery Ink design on each floor representing what they do on that floor. So that was just like such a cool way to like change the space and interact with people through the space, that I think, like, I hope we can do that again, because
that gives me goosebumps. Because I can't imagine, as like artists back in the day, before you thought you would be doing all of this, I mean, there has to be so many moments where you're like, oh my gosh, this is our life. Like,
yeah, every day.
Every single day.
We sit here at this table on the weekends playing card games, and we stop every 10 minutes and we're like, can you believe this?
That's such a Wisconsin thing.
Yeah.
What's your favorite game of choice?
We like to play Speed.
Yes.
I love Speed, but golf is the other one that we like to play.
Oh, I haven't.
That's a card game, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, card game. Yeah.
I'm just going to throw it out that my favorite Wisconsin game is card game is Skippo. Have you heard that?
That's one of our favorites.
Okay. Yes. Many hours were spent at my grandma's kitchen table playing that.
It's such a great game.
It's great.
It's
So yeah,
fun.
we are so grateful every day, and I think that's we truly believe in the law of attraction, and what you focus on grows, which is kind of one and one. It's the same. So I think that like we've focused our 100% of our efforts, our energy on this business, that it's natural that it's going to grow. But like I think we just put so much love into what we make that it's just showing out there, and it's amazing.
Yes.
Like we feel so blessed and so lucky to be.
That's what I think is so great about like the t-shirts. It's more than just like a hospital logo slapped on a thing with, whatever.
Yeah.
You can feel and see how much passion and hours goes into making this, that like you're so proud to wear it or to give it to someone if it's a greeting card, or I think that's so special.
Yeah, definitely. It's
sure.
amazing.
You guys have to go, those of you that are listening, you have to go to their website, arteryink.com, ARTERYINK.com, and check out all their designs. Can you give like maybe a quick rundown of the types of items that they might find and might want to look for on there?
Yeah, definitely. So we have greeting cards. They're all blank inside, and they have a little fact on the back. So we have a variety of those, from birthdays, thank yous, graduation, all that fun stuff. We also have art prints, so you can pop them into like an 8x10 or 11x14 frame and hang them up super easy, and they look really nice. We also sell apparel. So we have kind of two different sections on our website. We have in-stock apparel, which is like a shirt you could buy and it will ship in 1 to 3 days. And we have pre-order apparel. So those will have a longer wait time, and all the information will be on the website. So those are made to order. And that's where a lot of the customized stuff will be. We also sell masks and some beanies and a lot of stickers. People love stickers. So we have a ton of stickers. They're all vinyl, waterproof, dishwasher safe stickers. So you could really put them anywhere. And they're all different kinds of stickers on there.
And one of our favorite products, which is our coloring book.
Yes.
Our coloring book is it's a popular item. It was created with a lot of love. We did all the research ourselves, then get it checked by our doctor and our anatomy teacher. There's a lot of fun facts in there. There's 33 drawings. You can spend hours coloring this. And there's also some take action tips for, to kind of like better know your body and have fun doing it as well.
And to leave it to the end, but the coolest thing is our subscription box.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Which is called Get Pumped, because we hope you're pumped when it gets to your door. And also your heart's a pump. So, we love the puns. Yeah. But this box comes every 3 months. So once a quarter, 4 times a year. You can sign up, you can cancel or pause or skip any box, just like any subscription. And inside of it are a ton of exclusive goodies that you won't be able to find anywhere else on our site. So it'll be like an exclusive shirt. We did before a notebook, a little coffee thermos. So there's going to be a ton of stuff in there that will be very cool. So that's one of our newest endeavors, and it's been really fun to try out the different products, design the box, all that fun stuff.
And each box is very carefully curated and very well thought. We're kind of going with kind of like the seasons, and we just hope that anybody who gets the box, the minute they get it, they just get pumped about it. Our wheels are constantly turning. And we like people's suggestions. We think it's very important for us to take what people want to see and make it actually happen. So suggestions are always welcome.
The whole custom shirts. The whole thing with custom shirts started with one unit saying, "Hey, can you make us shirts for a unit?" And we just said yes. And now that's all we do.
That's awesome.
So it starts with one person wanting something. And if we can do it, we'll do it.
That's awesome.
I love that. And also, because you are amazing, you have a giveaway for someone who's listening or watching.
Woohoo!
Tell everybody what it is.
Yeah, sure. So we're going to give away one of our coloring books and a pack of stickers.
Oh, I want it.
But you have to go to our Instagram.
Okay, I'm ready.
Arts for the Health of It. Write it down. Go there, and the instructions will be there with photos. It's going to be really fun, and then we're going to pick a winner at some point in 2 weeks, probably, and then you get a coloring book. I love the title of the coloring book too.
Thank you. That was one of our favorite. We had a lot of names, and that one for sure was the winner. Because, who doesn't want a book called "Show Me Your Guts"?
Yes.
Yep.
Love it.
Guts are that pretty. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
What do you have? Is there a bestseller on your website? What are people?
So I'm wearing the shirt actually. This is probably our most popular shirt. It's a Heart and Lungs, and it's red and teal on a navy shirt. That's probably one of our most popular shirts. Our Heart and Spine shirt is also very popular, and the coloring book has always been a good seller. That's always a great gift for yourself, for your friends, whatever. So
stickers are madness.
And the stickers, of course.
Yes.
We've been releasing a lot of floral designs this year, just because why not? And the floral heart that we did has been pretty popular too. So check that out.
Cool.
They're so beautiful. How can people best connect with you? An Instagram DM is apparently a very good way to start. but how can people follow you? And
Good way to start for sure. So Instagram's good. Facebook, I think I have an auto response on there, which will direct you to our email. So that's probably the best option is email. And then you can find all that on our website. And we also have Twitter, so that's an option too. And those are probably the best ways to get a hold of us.
so before I let you go today, we try to give everyone like something easy that they can put into their daily lives to make their health better. And I know you write a lot, and can you talk about what you write about and why that's important?
I would say one thing that can drastically improve your health is to eat more vegetables. I don't care if it's a paleo diet, a vegan, whatever. Eat your normal way, but add a ton of vegetables to your plate, like more than you'd think. You'd be surprised at how good you will feel.
So adding to the health, and I'd say that mental health.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, writing your thoughts is really important. Putting things on paper and reading it back is really important. Sometimes we get in our heads, and if we don't get things out of our heads, we stay there.
Mm.
So very healthy for us to write what we're thinking in the moment, get it out. Sometimes could be something great, sometimes can be something bad. It doesn't matter what it is. If you get in the habit of writing things down, I think you declutter your head.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And that's really important for mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And one more thing that I want to add is like really honestly, with everything you do in life, whether it's art or any other kind of work you do, anything you do in your everyday life, try to enjoy the process. You know, I say constantly, sometimes we get so eager to get there that we want to skip some steps of the process. But if you skip the steps of the process, you are not going to get the end result that you want, right? So stick with it, take all the proper steps and just ensure that every single step, doesn't matter the size of the step, you are enjoying the process.
It's a good word. Gloria is apparently also a philosopher. So
all the time, she's a guru. If you need a guru, she'll be it.
She'll come up with
Thank
all
you
the
for that nugget.
catchphrases.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Thank you guys for coming on. This was so fun. And I love the little baby outfits that you have on here. I'm going to have to go stock this and get some for my 10-month-old.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, those are really nice and comfy and soft.
For sure.
Very cool.
Can I say one more thing? First
Of course. Guru Gloria gets the
well, this is actually for you guys. I want to thank you for what you do, because your work is really important. It's really important to highlight the arts and health are connected. If we take the art, the creativity out, we are left with a very unpleasant life, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
We are all creatives. We just have to find where our creativity lays. And you guys are highlighting it. Props to you.
Oh, well, thank you.
We love that we get this platform and then we get to meet people like you. We never would have met you in a million years otherwise. And someone said on one of the earlier and somewhere else that Earth without art is just And I feel like,
so true.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like if you try to take music out.
Mm-hmm.
How dull. There was like no music.
It's true. I just wrote it down.
Like, how do you even function?
Yeah.
Yep.
Because music touches your soul. So is any other form of art, right? You don't have to be great at art. You just have to create what comes to you.
Yeah.
Preach
I say
it.
that all the time. A lot of my artwork gets hung in my garbage can, but I still enjoy doing it.
The process.
Yes. It's still important to do it and then throw it away so nobody sees it. That's exactly it. Well, thank you very much for jumping on today and talking to us. It's been a pleasure and tons of fun. And next time I'm in Milwaukee, we'll go get coffee.
Please.
Yeah, please.
Please.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Fine.
much for your time.
Can we send you guys some shirts? Can you email your
Your
size
sizes
and your
please.
address?
Of course.
I will give my address right here on this program for a shirt.
Yeah.
Yes,
Great, let's do it.
of
Let's
course.
do it.
Thank you.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Make sure you go to our social media, and you could win the coloring book and stickers, and go to heartsneedart.org, click on the podcast link for all the notes from this episode and learn more about Artery Ink. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe. Goodbye. We'll see you next week. Keep creating, everyone.
Bye.
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 Thank you for listening to Arts for the Health of It, a podcast produced by Hearts Need Art, creative support for patients and caregivers, in partnership with the National Organization for Arts and Health. You can help others learn about the healing power of the arts by subscribing, sharing, and reviewing the podcast wherever you listen or watch. The podcast is hosted by Richard Wilmore, co-hosted by Constanza Rader, and produced by Ivan Briones. Our theme song, Songbird, is written and performed by Natalie Lane. Visit heartsneedart.org to learn how you can support our mission to create joy with people facing life-altering health challenges. Join us next week to learn more ways you can create arts for the health of it. The views expressed on this podcast do not necessarily reflect the views of Hearts Need Art, their staff, board members, or other affiliates. All content is created for informational purposes only. This podcast is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice or to diagnose and treat any health condition. Always seek the advice of your physician or other qualified health professional with any questions you may have regarding a medical condition. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay in seeking it because of something you heard on this podcast.